High Key Podcast, episode 8. Today we got Siesha in the building. Lionel lady. You know, we talked about it last podcast how she was gonna come through. She getting ready for her surgery. Like, first off, how did your week go? Then we gonna get to the surgery.
Just working.
Just working.
Being a mom. Regular
See, how like when being a mom and having your own business, correct? Like, how do you balance that out?
Oh, sometimes it can be a lot, but it got to be done. Sacrifices have to be made, and definitely dedication and patience for sure.
Yeah.
So.
See, what we got in there, I got my niece and my her little cousin in there. That's about as mom and dad as it gets right now, and they old enough to watch themselves.
Yeah, but you got to start somewhere. So if you ever plan on having kids, be prepared.
Oh Lord, no, I'm just not ready. I'm not.
Hey, it ain't for everybody right now.
Like I'm not.
It definitely takes a special kind of person to go from newborn to. Oof, okay, it just takes patience because.
You got more appreciation for your parents now?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I just want to say I'm sorry, Mom. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. Right. How many of y'all is it? Because I know you got.
It's 4.
Okay, it's 4.
So I'm the youngest. My brother, he's the oldest. So yeah, and then me and my sister, we're 9 months apart.
Okay.
So imagine that, us being in the same grade, graduating together, going to prom together, everything together.
So that means you gotta have 3 more just to keep the.
Oh no, I got 1 more baby in me, and that's it.
No, I mean you gotta at least have the same many as your parents had.
No, kudos to them, and kudos to anybody that could do more than one at back to back. But it ain't me. It ain't me.
Because when Lionel was here last week, he was like, "Yeah, I just need that boy now."
Well, if he don't get it, he just not gonna get it.
It ain't like 2 + 1. Like
Nope. If he don't get the boy this go round, sorry for ya. It's just not gonna happen.
Hey, bro, I tried. Like with so when me and my wife were talking, she got the same thing. She was like, "Hey, you get 2. Like you better get a boy and a girl." But she said if it's 2 girls or 2 boys, we get 1 more try. Cause we also plan to adopt kids. She was like, "You get 1 more try to have your boy or 1 more try to have your girl." And
No, if he don't get it this time, the shop is closed. It's closed.
It's it.
It's it.
Yikes. Sorry, bro. But so you are getting ready for this surgery. Like, you think it's gonna be weird? Like, cause is it?
Well, I think it's gonna be weird because so many people that know me, they're used to my voice being this way, and that's how they know me. So for me to be like, "Hey, what's up?" and it's a different tune, it's gonna be like, "Well, hold up, wait a minute," you know. So I just really want to do this because I feel like it could elevate me in a sense. Because honestly, I feel like sometimes it hinders me a lot. Like as far as like doing, like say I want to do YouTube or anything like that, you know. I feel like it hinders me, so I'm not doing this for nobody else. Let me just clear that up. I'm not doing this for nobody else. I'm doing this for me. Yeah. And I know everybody's like, but we know you by that. But you ain't got to live with it. Yeah. You know, you ain't got to live with it. So, yeah. So this is definitely something that's going to be life-changing for me. And I just really want to not do it in vain. Yeah. So once it's done and everything is, you know, healing and coming together the way that it's supposed to, I'm going to elevate to the highest level. So be ready.
So I know when Lionel originally told me that she was having it, I thought the same thing. I was like, oh man, it's going to be different hearing her voice. Like, 'cause it's been this way for so long. I was like, but I mean, she want to do it, get it done. Like,
yeah. See, actually, I was supposed to get it done 5 years ago. Oh. But my family kind of talked me out of it by saying, well, you know, we just know you by your voice, and you know. And I was like, okay, fine, I won't do it, you know. But I decided to look back into it, and it was like, I'm doing this.
Okay.
Like I'm doing it. I'm nervous because they're gonna put me to sleep first, but then they're gonna wake me up in the middle of it.
Oh wow.
So that they can get like the pitch and stuff right.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah. So and I'm not gonna be able to talk for like 3 days.
You make it seem like they're about to put like a voice box in there, like talk a little bit higher.
They are gonna put an implant.
Oh wow.
But I ain't gonna be able to speak for 3 days after that. And then when I do, after 3 days, for 2 weeks, I gotta keep my talking to like a minimum. And just until like that 6 weeks is up, that's when I'll hear the full results.
Hey yo, Lionel, if you ever had something to say it in the first 3 days. Just argue for no reason because she can't say nothing to you, bro. You got 3 days of winning. I mean, she gonna remember it when her voice get back.
Oh yeah.
But she can't say nothing. Hey, bro, that's a lick right there. Say whatever. Like for all the men out there, bro, you can't be wrong for 3 days.
Don't listen to Kirk. 'Cause if you listen to Kirk, just know I remember everything. So.
And she might give you hands. So.
If I can't, you gonna feel me. Well, actually, even that because I can't strain. I can't like move too fast and none of that stuff.
Yeah, you got 3 days, bro.
You got 3 days
to live it up for all men.
You better hurry. You better make it count. If you don't make it count,
right? So, what's your level like nervousness versus excitement?
I'm nervous because I don't know what to expect. I don't know what exactly I'm gonna sound like.
Yeah.
I'm nervous because number one, I'm going under the knife, under anesthesia, and anytime you do that, you know, there's always risks. There's always risks, and it's mostly nervousness because I'm gonna want to talk to my daughter, and my daughter's gonna want me to pick her up.
Why you ain't talking to me, bro?
Yeah, she's gonna be looking like, hello, where's my mom? And I'm not gonna be able to like pick her up like she wants me to, and it's gonna be so hard. That's the hardest part to me.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that. I mean, you be able to kiss her, shit. Okay, I still get my love though.
Yeah,
you just not talking.
But
to me.
I can't pick her up because they said I can't pick up anything bigger than 10 pounds.
Oh wow.
And she's 22 pounds. So how I usually like bend down and pick her up, I can't do that. So it's like I'm gonna try not to cry and all that.
Woo, that's tough, bro. You got the waterworks going. Like it's crazy because it's like you wouldn't think like, well, you would think because it's your throat, but it's like something so far. It's like it's your baby. Like,
well, you think about it. You don't actually realize how much you do use your esophagus, vocal cords, and all that until there's like a restriction, you know. So they don't want to risk the implant moving until scar tissue sets in around it.
Oh yeah.
And it's in place, you know. So I have to obey.
See, I had one surgery where I was supposed to go in under the anesthesia, do the anesthesia stuff. And we get the lady, the nurse, she put the stuff in me or whatever, and she's like, okay, by the time we get back there, you're gonna be asleep. So we back there. They put me back there. I'm sitting here like, and the anesthesiologist sitting there looking at me like,
you gonna go to sleep?
Exactly. And he was just like, who did this? And then they start asking me questions. I ain't trying to scare you. I'm not. There's like, did you taste metal? And I'm like, why would I taste metal, bro? Like, that's a weird ass question to ask. Like, well, if we didn't do it right, you would taste metal. I'm like, hey, bro, that's weird. I was like, I don't even know what metal tastes like. I ain't never just put a piece of metal in my mouth.
It tastes like blood.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it tastes like blood.
And so they did that. And so the anesthesiologist, he was just like, all right, get me a syringe. I'm going to do it myself. So now I'm kind of like, y'all going to give me 2 doses? And so I'm kind of scared. And the nurse bring him a syringe. And apparently it wasn't the one he used every day. He was like, you gave me a point, blase, blah, and I don't normally use da-da-da-da. And he took the syringe and he threw it at her. I was here looking at this nigga like, the hell? And then the surgeon was looking at him like, bro, what are you doing?
Well, if you think about it, anesthesiologists, they kind of hold the cards to your life because if they put too much, it can kill you. If they put too little, you're going to wake up. So that they really are like the conductors of the whole procedure. So they take that very seriously.
See, I didn't think of it that way because he threw a fit. Like, it's cool because she got it wrong, but he started throwing stuff. Yeah. And then the doctor looked at him, the doctor looked at me, and he could tell I was nervous. And he was just like, with a surgeon, he was like, hey, bro, I can do this with no anesthesia if you want me to. And I was like, cool, bro, get him out of here. Because he was throwing stuff. And he was like, hey, you got to go. And I was like, he's like, hey, I'm going to numb it up. And then...
What'd you have that surgery
on? It was my hip. I had to have some muscle taken out my hip.
Okay. And
he was like, I'm going to numb it up. And then I'm going to cut. He was like, you're going to feel the pressure, but you're not going to feel no pain. And I was like, all right. I was sitting there laying there. Like he said, I felt the pressure. The dude, he took whatever he had to do. He had to take it out because the muscle was putting too much pressure on my nerve. And so he just had to relieve it a little bit. He was like, okay, we done here. I'm like, so y'all don't expect me to pay for this medicine I ain't take or ain't even use.
Right.
Like, I was like, hey, bro. But it was quick. It was like 10, 20 minutes.
Yeah, my surgery is like 2 hours.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, it's 2 hours. So
Who all gonna be in the room with you? Or not in the room, but who's taking
because of the whole COVID thing.
Oh, shit.
Can't nobody go in there with me, and that's another hard part. I'm not gonna really have anybody around me before I go back there. I mean, of course, I can probably FaceTime, but it's not the same. So it's just like.
Oh, God, that's tough. COVID-19 is...
Has ruined everything. Screw you, 2020.
No. But you're excited to get it done. That's dope.
Yeah, I am. I'm just more so nervous. But I am going to come back after I heal.
All right.
So that, you can kind of hear the difference and stuff like that. So
That's what's up. You're more than welcome. Bring your husband. Because I was telling... I keep saying husband, but that's what y'all are to me. I don't know if that's offending you.
No.
But, okay, because, y'all if I'm putting it on y'all.
Yeah.
Speaking into existence. Sorry. No, because I've been talking to Lionel a lot or whatever. And I told him last week, I was like, hey, bro, this will be dope. Because last week we had a 2-hour episode.
I know.
And it had no sports. Like, it was maybe a little sports talk, but we talked about games. We talked about a bunch of shit. And even the week before, I was like, hey, bro, this would be dope if you was on it. And then even, like, throughout the week, he was sending me stuff.
Well, I told him, I was like, hey, I need you to hit Kirk up because I want to do a podcast of my before and then of my after.
Yeah.
Because I am going to, like, vlog and stuff in between that, like, the morning before I go in, or even, like, a day or two leading up to it. So, yeah.
No, that's dope. Are you going to keep it up afterwards? Like,
I am. Yeah, because not a lot of people know. Of course, my close family and friends know, but, a lot of people don't know, like, my clients. Some of them know, but not all of them. But I haven't just, like, announced it to Facebook and stuff like, oh, I'm about to have vocal cord surgery. No, it's just, I'm about to have a procedure and da-da-da-da-da.
I tell a lot of people, even my nieces and my nephews, they be coming over. And I was like, hey, bro, like, if you good at something, don't, like, put it on the camera.
Yeah.
Like, because I know you dope with the hair. Like, I see you post stuff all the time. Like, before we actually got on here, she was saying she was getting her logo made. And I'm gonna have to get one too. You know what I'm saying? Support your black women, black business.
You gotta invest in yourself.
Sure.
If you can spend however much money you spend on other designer things or name brand things, you can definitely put that into yourself. So
that's for sure.
Why not?
Like when you said, cause I've been waiting for I think 2 or 3 weeks, but it's been both of us. Like I sent him some stuff. He was like, okay, now hit me up this Sunday. And I was like, bro, I just sent you stuff. Like I don't know what kind of logo I want. I know I want a logo. You know what I'm saying? And so I sent him a bunch of things that I like. And he's like, yeah, we'll get together and we'll do this, that, and the third. But it's just like. It's been 3 weeks.
Lionel just wants me to retire him. That's it. He wants to just quit his job and just be like, I'm going to be a stay-at-home dad, and you're just not, what?
Hey, that's the good life, bro. Hey, live your dream. Lionel, man, you what's up, bro? I really, like you said, you got 3 days to get everything you need to get off. And then, bro, she blow up. You can just be, hey, I'm envious of Lionel right now, bro. I'm real envious. Hey,
I definitely plan on taking this to another level. So.
Oh yeah.
Like all of it.
Like, cause I know when I be scrolling, you be showing with the stuff you do. Hey, she dope as hell. She is. I remember when I had my little hair situation. I was like, I wanted Siesha was going, if she twist me up or whatever, and then a few days later it was going. I just ain't got the patience for it.
Yeah, one thing about it, locks do take patience. It definitely takes patience, dedication, and commitment. Because you can't just go into it thinking, oh, I'm not going to be able to do nothing to my hair. I ain't got to do nothing. Okay. Find out. That's why I'm fixing a lot of people's hair.
And that's how I don't touch my hair at all. I wake up, as you can see, it's dripping as I go to the shower. But I wake up, go about my day. All I do is wash it.
You don't comb it?
I don't comb it at all.
I bet your hair nappy.
Ain't no comb going through this. Like my brother-in-law's a barber, and every so often I'll go just for an edge up, and he'll like for my birthday he was just like, bro, what are you doing? Like he was like, look at this. He just Like I was like, I don't do nothing to. I don't care that much. I do care, but then I don't. Like because the field I'm in, like, if I don't want to see nobody for my 12-hour shift, I ain't got to see nobody. And then my wife don't care either. So it's just like I ain't about to touch this.
Nah, see, I gotta care about mine because I am my own walking billboard. So I have to, like, my first set of locks that I had for 7 years. It was to the point where I didn't have to promote myself. I didn't have to pass out cards or any of that. Or it was just like, hey, who do your locks? They were like, me. You? Well, put my number down there.
Yeah.
You know, I was my own walking billboard. So I definitely take what I do seriously. I don't just be back there playing in people's heads.
Yeah. I got a question for you about locks. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So when you doing your clients' locks or whatever, like what's the difference between like white people locks and black people locks? I know that because we got a different hair, but when they be having
It look different, yeah.
It look dirty.
Well, yeah. Number one, like you said, the hair texture is different, and actually you have to form theirs a different way.
Okay.
Like with ours, we can either do like a comb coils. We can do the 2-strand twist. Started with 2-strand twist, or you can do instant locks. Well, with Caucasian hair, you have to back comb, and you can use the needle on them, but you have to like back comb, or sometimes you have to like twist and pull. Like it's a lot that you have to do, and sometimes like if you go to somebody who claims to know what they're doing and they don't. They can really mess it up because there's no coming back from that.
Yeah.
With their method, there's no coming back from that. Even with the instant lock method, yeah, you can comb them back out, but you're going to lose a lot of hair.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to really, really make sure you know what you're doing, or they're going to have to come to me and I'm going to have to fix them.
Hey,
which ain't no problem.
Right, get your bread up.
Yeah, I mean, it's not no problem, but it could also be avoided because... Just stop playing in people's head. You cannot do this. Like, stop that.
See, I just now learned that you can get dreads taken out.
Yeah, you
can. I didn't know that. I thought if you wanted to get them out, you have to cut all your shit off.
No, you can comb them out. I mean, it's a process. And honestly, locks are just hair, dead hair that was supposed to shed, but it didn't. So whenever you comb them out, all the hair that was supposed to shed comes out with it. So... it all depends on your patience and your preference.
See, I saw this one dude. He was in the process of taking his hair out or whatever. He just kept a hat on. He was like, "Yeah, I took my dreads out. It took like a month." I was like, "Jesus, what? Take a month to take your own dreads out?" So
let me just say this, and I bet a lot of you wouldn't have known this if I wouldn't have told you. So I had a friend of mine whose child's father cut his locks off after 10 years, and I wanted him because I had cut my hair off, but I was like, I ain't going back through that journey for another 7 years.
Yeah.
So I went over there myself, cut them out of his head, detoxed them, treated them, dyed them, put them in. These are his locks in my head. All right. These are organic locks grown out of his scalp that I put in my head.
How does that work? I felt okay.
You wouldn't have known. So.
Forgive my stupidity, but your hair don't dye?
Huh?
You don't. It ain't gonna like. That's weird as shit. That's crazy.
No.
So you just like, hey, let me get your dreads.
And look, what a lot of people don't know is it's a lot of money.
Detoxing dread. Wait, what?
Yeah, it's a lot of. You have to detox the locks that were previously in their head because you know what was in their head and your head.
Yeah.
So you have to go through a whole treatment process to get all of the gunk out of it. Like Lionel can tell you, when I was detoxing the locks, the sink was like brown because I used the HCV wash, and that's apple cider vinegar and baking soda and water, and it got all the debris that he had in his hair for 10 years had to come out.
Hey, you got to get a new sink after that. Like,
oh, and I prayed over him because you know you just never know. So, yeah, I put him in my head and I dyed him. And
I got a question, not dread related, but related to the situation. So, are you like a believer in like energy? Because you said you prayed over him. So, let's say like he wasn't a good dude, would you still have taken him?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
No. That matters.
Okay.
Because you don't want everybody's energy in you.
That's what I was thinking.
So, and some people do frown upon it, like, that's nasty. I can't do that. But you have to make sure that person that you're getting them locks from, they're good people.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I've never met him. I've met him, but I like never hung around him. But from what my friend tells me about him, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's a father, husband, 2 kids, just had a baby.
Oh, yeah.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
And I'm also in the process of putting some more pre-owned locks in my mom's head as we speak. And he had good energy, so I don't just buy everybody's locks.
Yeah.
Now, there's money to be made in that, because they're down my back, but you can't tell. But he could have got like $800 for these locks. I could have, but I was like, nope, $400 right now. What's up? Cash or cash up?
He was just like,
yep.
Yikes. It's crazy because he probably would have just cut it right and then throw him away.
That's
so he didn't know that he could have made money from it?
No.
Okay.
And, I ain't gonna lie, I took advantage of that. That he didn't know.
But it's not necessary that you took advantage, because he would have just thrown him away.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say you took advantage. Like, yes and no, because he would have thrown him away and did not got no bread from it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at least you were still
Paying.
dope enough to be like, hey, I'll actually give you something for it.
Yeah. So,
And then you took him out too.
yeah, I went too forward to cut them out myself.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, and I'm glad I did, because I actually do love these locks. Now I've done this like 3 times to myself, and I've cut them off every time because it just didn't feel right. But these I actually love.
So when you, like, say you're watching the football game, I'm not sure if you're into sports or anything like that.
Basketball, yes.
So when you watching basketball, can you from the TV tell like that nigga dress ain't real?
Yeah.
You can?
A lot of people can't, but I've been doing this since I was 13.
Yeah.
So, anybody that's not experienced in that field, they won't know. But me, I can tell right off back. Like, no, those are lock extensions.
See, because my dad swear he know. He watch the game, you fake ass dreads, boy, you dread down your back. You ain't gonna. I was like, he could have been growing them hoes since he was like 8. Like,
if they go this way with organic pre-owned locks, you won't be able to tell.
Okay.
But if they're the pre-made lock extensions, you'll be able to. Well, I'll be able to tell.
Yeah, because they all look
because
the
locks aren't perfect. They're not. They don't grow perfectly. They don't grow in a straight, singular, one way. No, there's bumps and lumps all up and through them.
So I got another little question I got, because I wanted the cams like the dreads like Cam Newton's. Have you seen those?
I think so.
If you need to pull it up on your phone, you can.
Okay.
I know I filibuster, but no, like I wanted the ones like that. Basically they just stand up.
Oh.
And I don't know if he put like not a Band-Aid. What the fuck am I thinking of? I said a Band-Aid, a rubber band.
Oh.
I don't know if he put a rubber band around him, but I don't know. I think those are like the freshest dreads in the world.
So his are like freeformed. He freeformed his because they're like, yeah, I don't like them.
See, I could tell from your facial expression, like right before you said you don't like, you was like
okay. To each his own. I'm not a fan of freeform locks, but like I said, to each his own. But why would you want your hair like that?
Them hoes is fire.
No, they not.
So all I would have to do is just let my hair grow.
Well, first you got to form the foundation, and then let them go, and then just let them do.
That's a lot of work. It might not even be a lot of work. What is forming a foundation?
Forming a foundation is like your part to lock ratio. Like how big do you want your locks? What size do you want them to be?
So what he still have to get those twisted to start? No.
Once he freeforms them, I'm sure he washes them and like however many he wants to still stay apart. He probably goes through and like separates them, but that's it. He don't get them retwisted or none of that.
Hey, them hoes is fire to me. I don't know what it is.
But it's another trend that's happening right now, and they're called wicks. Like where a lot of people who have locks just like this, they get them combined to be like thick, like super thick.
Oh, okay.
I would never. I'm not doing that. I'm not adding that to my service.
What if I start like a Like a superstar came was just like,
Oh, if the money right, I got it. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
So he was just like, I want these, and then they was like, okay. He's like, he put like a little promo. I was like, if you want these, go to Siesha.
Then,
Would
yeah.
would you do it? Even though now it ain't the superstars coming to you no more. It's like the regular degulars who just want his hair like that.
I'm still gonna charge accordingly. you still about to run me my paper. I had a client 2 weekends ago. She had sister locks. And she said she didn't want the sister locks anymore. She wanted her locks to be my regular size, traditional locks. So I went through and combined her sister locks into the traditional size of locks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a process.
What about the what's that one nigga name? Kodak Black. Oh, she I don't know. You couldn't hear her facial expression over the mic.
I hate him.
What if Lionel was just like, hey, this is what I want?
Lionel is bald as hell. He can't. First of all, genetics and Mother Nature said no.
He used to have that long ass red hair.
Yeah, but Mother Nature said change their mind.
Yikes.
No, and he'd be like, when I have a client, you gonna dread me up next? With what? Your thoughts? Am I gonna lock up your brain? Like, what's up? Like, I don't know.
What if he just like grew like the surrounding part left the top leg and was like, just drip, give me one. No,
I'm not walking around with him like that. We gotta look good as a unit. Well, you reflect me and I reflect you.
Okay, speaking of units, would you give him the dread unit if he asked for it?
I asked him that. Really, I did. He was like, no, I can't. I'm not about to do that, because number one, I know for a fact you gonna fire his ass up. You not gonna let him make it. You are not gonna let him make it.
That's different. Like, we like brothers. Like, of course I'm not gonna let him. But people on the street, they wouldn't know.
Yeah, they would. Have you seen videos of it getting
I see some of them be looking real. They just got the little headband on so you can't tell.
It's terrible. I hate it.
So you wouldn't let him get the
No,
unit?
I would snatch it off as soon as he did. Man, you know how much them units are? Them like $800. Just for that little part, boop, that little part.
That's crazy. See, okay, so we get into it. Girls do it all the time.
It's socially acceptable for a girl.
Okay, so you just gotta you do hair. You gotta be the one to push it. And then think that's even more revenue for you. Cause they were like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate what you're doing for men out here, making it cool to have a unit. Like, hook me up.
I mean, like I said, if the money is right, I do it, but I just don't agree with it. Okay, look, just let it go. Honestly, Stevie Wonder, let it go. He need to let his go too. I know he feel that the skin. I know he feel his scalp. Let them locks go.
See.
Sometimes it's time to let go.
See, and that's not fair because girls get to do it all the time, but the dudes can't do it.
So you would be okay with a girl, let's say she did, and this is not against anybody that suffers from hair loss or alopecia or any of that, but you would be okay with them walking around with like the patches missing out their head like that? Like somewhat, a lot of women, yeah, right.
Look at my head. I don't do
You're
nothing
a
to
guy.
this.
But you still got a head full of hair. So let's say, okay, let's turn it. Let's say now we all know your wife got a head full of hair. I wouldn't. I'm sorry, but I would never comb your wife's head. She got just too much hair.
She had one lady do her hair and was mad for like 3 days. She's like, she kept running through the whole, like from the top and running my hair down. I was like, okay. She was actually mad.
She has too much hair. But let's say she didn't have that hair. I mean, I know you would accept her no matter what because it's your wife. But let's say she wasn't your wife. And you just saw her walking down the street with patches missing out of her head. You telling me you gonna walk up to her like, hey, little mama, can I get your number? What's up? Or however you approach women. No.
Nah.
Now remember.
Wait, if she was bald, I would.
But remember how your parents are with the patches. You gonna introduce her to your parents. Don't worry.
If I loved her.
But you know your parents not gonna let her make it.
No, they're not gonna let her make it. Especially my daddy. My daddy not let her make it now, and I'm like, she got a head full of hair, nappy hair, just jokingly, and she hated. Oh my lord, I gotta delete her name out. Jesus Christ, I said her name. But no, it wouldn't.
Yeah, so so that's why a lot of women do the lace. Now, lace fronts. I hate lace fronts. It's stupid. It's stupid. And you know that people post a picture like, it's melted. It's melted. Get into it. But in person, it looks stupid.
Yeah.
It looks so stupid. Like, yeah, filters can melt anything. But in person, it look like your scalp is, your forehead is glued to your scalp. Like, it's like.
I saw one lady. She had a little lace front, and her grandson was like, "So what are you doing? Like, I can see all this. What are you doing?" I was like, "Bro, that's rude as hell."
Because you can see, like, the line. And they be really just trying to, like, cut the baby hairs and form. It's so ugly.
That shit's wild.
Now, I've seen some good ones that are good, but just not my thing.
See, like, when you talk about the alopecia, like, just go bald.
But some women want to feel beautiful, and some women want to feel like
Bald
a woman.
is beautiful, though.
It is, but
Like the head.
nah. But see, some women want to feel beautiful on the outside and look that way too. So some women are not comfortable with walking around just being bald because number one, the world and society tells them that it's not beautiful. So some of them gonna conform to society and do what society tells them. You know, so.
Yeah, I feel like it's just like dudes. Like, at a certain point, you just gotta let it go. Like, don't be out here rocking the bald on top with the hair in the back. And I'll say this: I give my brother shit because he kind of thinning up here, and he got dreads. Well, he getting dreads or whatever. And the lady been doing the
styles and stuff.
No, what do you call it? The needle in the forehead to make the hair grow.
The interlocking. Wait,
no, it's like you put like you
hair implants.
No, it's not implant. It's like I can't. I really don't know the name.
To make the hair grow.
Yeah, so she puts like a needle in his head, like a syringe, and she shoots the
lines of it.
Yeah, and to make his hair to make his own hair grow out his head.
Okay.
But whatever little concoction she got in the needle, she just put the needle on his head and then book up.
Here's my question: is it working?
I want to say yes, because his hair is growing. It's still thin because it was hella thin at first. So it went from stupid thin, like go bald, to like, okay, it's still thin, but
it's growing.
It's growing. Like, I don't think it'll ever get like full, but it like at first it was just like, why are you getting dreads everywhere but the front of your head? Like, but now it actually looked pretty good.
Well. To each his own. To each his own.
But I know I used to give him shit. Like, even my homeboy Dante, his is starting to recede. I be giving niggas shit, and I don't do nothing to mine. I just like, hey, bro, y'all had waves all through high school, and now ain't none of y'all niggas got hair.
Yeah, red. But Lionel, I'm so sorry you bald. Blame me. I don't know if it's genetics or whatever, but.
Can you over? Cause I know back in the day there was a thought that you could overbrush. It will make you go bald?
It depends on how hard them bristles are and how hard you brush it.
Okay.
If you trying to brush your scalp away, then yeah, it can cause some damage because you pulling your follicles, you're inflaming your follicles, so you're gonna lose some hair.
Okay, but not like if you just brush it like a normal person.
Nah.
See, people used to say, "Oh, if you overbrush your hair, your shit will go."
No, people just go bald because that was. What
it was in their plans.
It was already embedded in them to go bald. Hair, genetics.
Yeah. See, my dad, he can grow hair like in that shit. That's the thing I wear. Like, I'm so happy I got my daddy's genetics. In that case, like, cause he grow hair like it ain't nothing. I think last year at like 58, he was like, you know what, I'm gonna get dreads. And he started growing them. He had the little twist. I'm like, nigga, shouldn't you be bald already? Like, look at Louis. Louis out here losing every goddamn strand of his head before he started taking them shots. I was like, Jesus Christ.
I sometimes do wish Lionel had hair so I can braid his hair, you know, but or I could see him with like different types of haircuts and stuff, but you just bald. You just bald.
That is crazy. Like I'm gonna say when you blow up, like, oh look, her boyfriend bald as hell and she cold as shit at doing hair.
He just bald.
You just
bald. Like, I mean, he be like, dread up my beard. What? let me tell y'all something. Lionel cut off his beard a week ago. It's already grown back. Thank God.
You wasn't.
I was mad.
So he was just smooth all over.
He just like a naked mole rat.
And you gotta keep something, bro. You gotta keep something.
I was so mad. I was like, don't you ever cut your beard off again.
Yeah.
He was like, I just didn't like what I seen when I look in the mirror. What?
That's a real thing. Like, I know guys don't say that shit often, but when I cut my dread, I won't say dreads because I was twisting it myself. When I cut my bullshit off my head, like I had twisted it myself, and it was just crazy. That's the first. I looked in the mirror. I was like, "What am I doing?" And I went. I took the little twist that I had made, and I just cut all my hair off, and I was just like, "All right." And then my wife, she was just like, "You've been growing your hair for so. Why did you do that?" I was like, same thing. I didn't like what I saw in the mirror. Like I cut all this off. I shaved this down, and she was just like, "I liked your beard at least. Like why did you cut it?" Like,
we like your guys' beards, especially if you bald. You gotta keep something.
you got to keep something.
You got even if it's an earring or something. He don't even have earrings, so it's like you gotta keep something. Like you can't just be like bald.
Yeah, you got I think that's been. You got to keep something, but it can't just be a mustache.
Yeah,
Like
it's different. But it's like, okay, when you're in high school, you being shaven, that's cool. When you become 29 or 30, you gotta look like a man. You gotta look like a man.
I think that's been one of the rules since forever. Like, if you don't got no hair, keep the beard. Like, it's cool. Like, I know I keep my shit trimmed. Not really. I just let the shit grow. But you gotta have something. Like that's another thing with my family. Like, so my dad's facial hair grows from here, and then it cuts in here, and then it goes down. He don't got none of this. And then my brother's shit don't connect. It goes down to here, and then it's a big ass blank, and then it come down to here. So like, like when it come to my family and hair, outside of me not doing it, like they be like, bro, like
you don't even try. Your hair just grow. You just
it just
hair.
grow. I'm just here for no fucking reason. And my mom, she's like, "You're not making the Kirks look right. You don't never do. Every time you come over here, you nappy as hell." And then she look at, damn, I said her name again. But she look at my wife and she just be like, "You just letting him go. You let him do whatever. You're supposed to make him better." Like,
no, see, like whenever I first met Lionel, I met him when I was 19, and he was bald. Well, no, he didn't. He had hair then. But the next time I saw him years later, he was bald.
Yeah.
And he had no beard, and he used to like just keep his stuff bald and no beard. I was like, look, I need you to grow your beard. Just do something. So when he started growing his beard, I was like, okay, I can get with that. Yes. So
that was a while ago. 19.
yeah.
That was when y'all was next door to Bryce.
Yeah, and wait, here's the crazy part. So when I was 19, he was trying to get me back then. But I was like, nah. And then, of course, I had a boyfriend at the time. I was like, nah. So wait, the next time Bryce had saw us, I was 5 months pregnant with our daughter.
Oh, really?
And he was like, oh, my God, it worked. It worked. So he tried to use that same tactic with my sister. It didn't go the same way. It didn't go that same way. Sorry.
No, oh man, I remember that apartment back then. Like,
and what's up? My parents still stay over there.
Yeah, so I remember because y'all used to go to Jamaican Gates.
Yeah, every Thursday.
I was not about that life.
Nope.
Still not about.
And I had school the next day because I was in beauty school. I had school the next day at 8:00 in the morning, and I used to regret it. Like, why did I do that?
Oh my goodness, I remember because Lana was like, "Hey, bro, call." I can't do that, bro. It's something I can't. I'll come over every so often because Lana was over there quite a bit. I was like, I'll go over there every so often. I can't do it, bro. Like, I don't like people like that.
Yeah.
But I will say this, y'all was actually cool as hell.
Yeah.
Like the times that I did go over there, y'all was actually pretty fucking dope.
Yeah. I remember the first time that they met my dad. This was when like it was like snow on the ground. It was like freezing to it. My dad had got drunk and decided to like walk outside and was slipping and sliding. So everybody came outside and started just having a whole like ice fight because that's what it was. Like it was so fun. It was the funnest thing ever.
Yikes.
But yeah, it's been a journey.
Dang, that was what, 11 years ago, 19 for me.
Yeah.
Like, yikes.
Yeah. Oof. Ooh.
How old are you now?
I'm 29.
29. Okay, so maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah.
That man, it's crazy how time flies. Like even like now, I'll do some stuff like throughout the week, go to work, blah blah blah, and I was like, man, that week went by fast. It's like when I was younger, time was just going by slow, and right, it's like I don't know what it hit. It was just like now you're gonna process time as fast as it's actually fucking going.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what? The month of what was it? February. Went by so slow, and I don't understand why. Because it's the shortest month ever, but it went by so slow. It was like, how long has it been? February.
Right.
It's been February for 3 months now.
What is it? What is it like being a mom going through this coronavirus stuff?
Okay, so that number one is frustrating because I want my baby to, be able to play with kids and express herself and interact with other kids and come into her own personality. So it's kind of hard when I don't want your baby touching my baby because I don't know what your baby might have.
Exactly.
So it's like, couldn't take it to the grocery store. And it's just been frustrating because she kind of been in the house. So now, we do take her out, but it's still like that caution thing because even though they're not really talking about it anymore, it's still very much out there.
Very real.
People are still dying from it. And my baby ain't never been sick.
Yeah.
Ever. Not a fever, not a sniffle, not a nothing. So I don't ever want her to be like coughing and what's that? What is that? So
do you think not your baby's really, I'm gonna say brand new. She just turned 1, right? Do you think that it's gonna turn kids like more antisocial? Because it seemed like kids are already antisocial. Everybody's staying in the house. Nobody want to go outside. So you think like with this coronavirus stuff, it's gonna make it worse?
No. Okay. My daughter is the most funniest, outgoing child I've ever met in my life, and I don't think that the corona is gonna stop her from being who she is because she's gonna be who she is regardless, and she's gonna let you know whatever she's thinking, whether it's gibberish or whatever. She gonna let you know. So I don't think it's gonna ruin her from being antisocial because look at who her parents are.
Very true.
We created her and
very true.
Woo.
I know when we was at the last apartment, I used to go walking all the time, and she don't fuck. She just don't fuck with Seporia. She do like she always Seporia get. Oh my god, I said her name again. Jesus Christ. She gets so animated when you're a baby. When she comes around the corner, she be like, and my wife would be like, hey, and she be like, and just walk away.
Because she's not me. See, that's the thing with guys. Men, she don't care. But with me, if it's not me, she not going. She not messing with you. Like she like, you not my mommy. Get out of my face. But with guys, she like
she'll peek around the corner. She be like, what you doing? And she can play peekaboo. And then the moment she take one step forward, she like, you did too much.
It's one of it's one of those. Yeah, we can play, but don't touch me.
Yeah, we can play from 5 feet away.
But don't touch me. But that's because I'm her favorite parent.
Oh, okay. And I was a shot dead at you.
Pow, pow. Target on your back, Lionel. So.
No, I wanted to talk about, I wanted Jones to be here, but I don't know if he coming or if it was his lady's birthday party. So he had a surprise birthday party. But I wanted to talk about the correct way to slide in the DMs.
Oh, see, okay, so so how things are now, you just never know what you're gonna get with somebody. So they can come at you all like, okay, in a guy's perspective, like, hey, beautiful, I think you're very beautiful. Whereas not me, but most women are gonna be like, why you? And then they go on that page.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all about something that happened to me here recently. Yeah, guys don't care about you being in no relationship, so I'm gonna just tell you.
You gotta go fish.
Yeah, dude hit me. I had posted my birthday photo my birthday photo, my outfit, and a guy that I've been knowing since high school, like he screenshotted that photo, sent it to me, and was like, "Oh my God, this picture is doing something to me." Da, 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 da. Right,
Yikes.
right. So I went to his page because I hadn't seen him in years. So I went to his page, and the very first post I see is, "Let me shout out my wife. She the best thing that's ever happened to me." And so it's like you never know what you're gonna get when a guy slides into your DMs.
Yeah.
So I think the correct way to slide into a woman's DMs is, number one, make sure your girlfriend not on your page. Make sure your wife is not on your page.
That's wild.
Or if you do have a girlfriend or whatever the case may be, at least don't put her on your page.
That's wild.
And number two, don't come off thirsty. Number three, don't double text, triple text. Like, that is a turn off. Turn off. Don't be like, "Hey," and then like an hour go by. I emojis or "What's up?" Like, no, don't do that.
That was very specific.
Don't
Very specific.
do that. We hate it, and really don't call us off of Facebook.
Okay, I had saw some shit like that, and I was like, niggas really they really Facebook calling people like that?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
weird.
And like I said,
Y'all some weirdos.
Lionel considers me famous, and I don't know why, but he considers me famous. And I tell him, yeah, people do slide in my DMs, but I don't worry about them.
Yeah.
Like, I know who I chose, but they be so thirsty. Like, I had a dude call me back to back 3 times, but I also you really just never know because I do hair too.
Yeah.
So I had a dude was like, "Hey, I need you to look at my hair. Can I FaceTime you?" Right? And I was in the middle of getting my hair braided before I got my locks. So I'm thinking, okay, you about to do a virtual consultation. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. I ain't gonna tell y'all. He FaceTimed me. He got my number from my website.
Yeah.
FaceTime me. Y'all, all I saw was dick. I was so livid. I was livid.
That's wild.
When I tell y'all, I hunted him down and I found him. Like, dude,
That's wild.
I just look like this. I will find you.
That would be the first no. Jesus Christ.
Definitely no dick pics.
But no, this weird. Like I like I said, I heard something about people FaceTime. Well, not FaceTiming, but Facebook calling. Like that shit.
Yeah.
Like that. It never gonna work. Like that's some stalker shit. Like if you got a relationship off a FaceTime call or a Facebook call, nigga, kudos to you. But you weird.
Yes.
And if she went for it, she weird. Like
Yeah.
y'all probably made for each other. Y'all
Yeah.
some fucking weirdos.
Now, I have seen guys successfully get the girl through Facebook or whatever. I've seen that. And there's, their story has been beautiful and they've gone on to prosper into like a 4-year relationship, marriage, family, home, blah, blah, blah. But that's rare.
That's very rare.
Because for some reason, nowadays, we're so on guard with everything. We're so defensive with everything.
Yeah.
We like, it's automatically no. You thirsty. Like how's a guy coming at you thirsty?
Yeah, I feel like there's like, I won't say a way to do it, but like you said, you can't come off thirsty. Like, but at the same time, it seemed like I didn't see some where the dude would just been like, "Hey, blah blah blah, I think you this, that, and the third. Like, is it cool if we chat?" And the chick just been like, "Look at this lame ass nigga."
They
blah blah blah.
screenshot it, posted on
Yeah, like damn, that nigga was just trying to get at you, yes, but that nigga ain't say shit out like shit crazy. Like you said, the dude you FaceTimed and it was a fucking penis. This nigga came to you like a normal civilized person and you blasted that nigga. That shit be so weird.
So let me tell you how Lionel came back around. So this is before me and Lionel had got together or anything. I was on PLF. All right, and I was actually gonna delete it, and I went on there because honestly, I told her I don't even know how you ended up at the top because I had thousands of messages from guys, and so he was just so happened to be at the top. But I recognize the face, so I'm gonna click on it like, oh, this is Lionel. Click. So he had sent me a whole book, right? I straight up ignored it. I was like, hey, nice to see you. All right. So
listen, fuck what you wrote, nigga.
Right.
Hello.
So then he replied back, I ignored Lionel for a week.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, I know you're a hairstylist, so, and I know time is money, so can I pay you to do my hair? This is before I found out he was bald, because in my mind, he still had hair from years ago.
Yeah.
So when he showed up and dude was bald, I was like, okay, what am I supposed to do with this? so it went from there, and it was just like,
That's
okay.
wild.
So some dudes, Lionel was persistent. He was very persistent, and as much hell as I gave him, it paid off. So sometimes you can get the right one that isn't picky or defensive like that, but most times you're gonna get that girl that's why you writing me so many times? Why you
That's wild. Like, she said she ignored what he said.
I did.
Yeah.
And mind you, he wrote me every day. He didn't even have my number. I was still on PLF. He wrote me every day for a week.
Hey, persistency. What is it? Face consistency and hard work. Lionel was out there working.
He was. I guess it worked. Or God had to say so in that, because I could have easily just been like, nope, delete, next.
That's wild. But now, we talk. Lionel, one of the most hardworking niggas I know.
Oh yeah.
Like that don't surprise me that he would like he came. He was like, oh man, yeah, bro, I've been doing this what do you call it? This real estate stuff. He's like, man, I was tired, bro. This, that, and the third. I was like, yeah, nigga, you just came from fucking work, and the first thing you try to do is more work, and you got a baby at home. Like,
I be telling him, like, go out with Kirk or go hang by.
Yeah.
Like, all you do is work, and then when you're not at work, you just at home with the baby, or you let me go do my thing. And sometimes, like when you had your little kickback, he was like, "Go, bye." No, bye. Like, I'm not the type of female. You know how some women are like, you don't ever spend any time with me. All you do is work. Bye.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
When Lionel came over, like, he had a different type of energy too. Like, I'll say, like, when he came, he was like, hey, bro, like, I'm a social drinker. Let's get. I was just like, slow down, nigga. We just like
he was ready.
Because he came and did the podcast first, and I was like, damn, nigga, like, we can drink. We're like, we gonna get there. Like, we only gonna do an hour, then we gonna go. He was like, hey, bro, like, I'm ready. I was like, okay, bet. Like,
he was ready. Oh yeah. He told me he was feeling he wasn't feeling no pain when he left. And I was like, so you mean to tell me you drove drunk? He was like, well, I wasn't
we
drunk.
didn't drink that much.
He was like, I wasn't drunk, I was buzzed. I was like, same thing. I said, don't let it happen again.
Right, hey. Especially next time Lionel come over, we're gonna pull out that air mattress, bro. Because you got a daughter. It not to say it's cool if anybody else die, but they ain't got kids. Like, right. Like we can't leave another single black parent out here.
Right.
For sure. So yeah, next time I'm gonna blow that bitch up. Hey, bro, Siesha not beating up my ass. You gonna sleep in here, nigga.
You know what? He be telling me like, every like choice he makes, he like puts it in his head like, Slash gonna kick my ass. Like let me not do this. Slash gonna kick. I'll be like, no, I'm not. Like I'm an understanding, depending on what it is. I'm a very understanding person as long as you communicate with me.
Yeah.
But it's like if you don't, and if some shit go wrong, it's gonna be like, why you ain't say nothing?
That's wild.
So I don't want him to fear me. I don't want him to fear me.
No, that's good. Ain't nothing wrong with fear. Like, it's different. I say this, like, if a wife fears her husband, it's different from a nigga fearing his wife.
I wanna ask. Okay, men, y'all are so macho and in the gym and hardworking and career driven, and you can stand up to your boss, you know. But when it comes to your wife, you are. I don't know why y'all are so scared.
Like, I'm not. Excuse me. I do this every time. I'm not necessarily scared of my wife, but like when we be playing around or whatever, I always let her win. Like, outside of hooping, she actually just beats my motherfucking ass.
Oh wow! Yeah. I wouldn't have admitted that, but
no,
okay.
Everybody, like, if you hoop with us, it's obvious. And because the difference is because I'm a physical player, so I can't just elbow my wife.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, she can really shoot the ball. And so it's just like, yeah, if you don't play your way, you're going to lose every fucking time. And so, yeah, she actually just in the article, she was the number 3 player all time in her little region.
Wow.
They gave her number 3. So,
so she cold like that.
Yeah, so she been bragging all week. She been bragging. She's like, did you read the article? I came in at number 3. She was like, the only person above me went to the WNBA, and somebody else, they ain't put out the last 2. But she was like, the other one went to the WNBA, so I know she's on there.
Oh yeah.
She was like, but I'm number 3. She been talking that shit.
Like,
and I put in the group chat because when you read everybody's little thingy, what they said, the articles, all of them like, oh, like this is nice, they cool. Not my wife. She was talking noise. She was like, oh, I would have scored more in high school if I had a better coach. Like, because she ended up going to Marshall, and she was like, yeah, when I got to Marshall, I realized like having a good coach and having a coach that believed in me. I was like, so basically, you saying your high school coach was trash? Like they doing a whole thing about you in high school, and you saying that nigga was trash.
But he gets no props.
But even within Lionel, I sent it to the group chat, and Lionel was like, "Oh, now I don't feel bad about her blocking my shot." You shouldn't, bro. Like she decent as hell. But when it kind of like fearing her, or whatever, I just let her win all the time. She thinks she tough as hell.
Yeah, I mean, Red do the same. Lionel do the same. I call him Red. I'm sorry, but honestly, let's be 100. I mean, we talk mess to guys like, "Oh, I beat your ass." Let's be 100. You're still a man. If you really want to kick my ass, you could. But y'all make us feel like we like 6 feet tall and got muscles, even though we like 5'5" and 145 pounds.
See, with my wife, we be playing around, and then I'll do something like I'll pretend like I'm gonna throw a punch. She's like, "Don't make me shoot you." Like she's like, "I will shoot you." Like that'll be the first and last. I'm like, "But we're playing." Like, I
tell Lionel the same thing. I'd be like, "Try it, and you'll only do it once." He was like, "What you mean?" I said, "I'm not gonna try to shoot to kill you because a right still needs a father, but I'm gonna shoot you in your kneecaps."
So try me, you only do it once. Hey, that was a bar. That was a bar. Oh shit!
And he know. Oh Lord, let me not get on that.
Jesus Christ! But no, Lionel be hitting me up. We got to go get our handgun license.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. I don't carry it around, but it's in my house.
That's what I love.
But I have to because people come to my house.
Yeah.
To get their hair done.
Yeah.
And I don't always know who I'm dealing with. They don't know this, but my gun is always near me. So it's like, yeah, try it if you want to.
I'm gonna do the little last question before we get out of here.
Okay.
But as a black-owned business person, businesswoman, how long before, I won't say you got on, but like, how long did it take you to where you were like good, like not good at your craft, but like good as in like, I want to say like revenue, as in knowing you got a base of customers? Like how long did it take you, and what was your mindset as you was growing?
Okay, so it took me like when I was 19, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. Like I was in beauty school, but I originally went for nails because I was doing nails. And I know this is kind of off topic, but real quick, the guy prophesied to me when I was 19 years old, like, you're going to be very successful in this business. And I'm looking at him like, you crazy, like, what the hell you talking about? Because I don't even know what it is I want to do.
Yeah.
So, actually, it took me, like, I don't feel like doing math, but it took me about a good 6 years.
Oh, wow.
That's just a guesstimate, honestly, to get to where I'm at now. It took blood, sweat, and tears and irritation to get to this point. Like, I wasn't always at this point to where I'm good. Now I know.
Yeah.
Now I know and I see, and I'm willing to teach people.
Yeah.
But you gonna pay me because I'm self-taught. I didn't have YouTube and other people teaching me and telling me my ways. It was all trial and error. So if I'm gonna teach you my craft or any tips so that you can make the amount of money I make a week, you're gonna have to pay me.
Yeah, but because at the same time, it's because I'm teaching you, but after I'm done teaching you, you become competition.
Yeah.
So
and
yeah.
but I don't really see people as competition because I'm not the type of person if I see somebody that's good at locks, be like, like I don't step on nobody's toes.
Yeah.
Like I be like, yes, girl, yes. Like I be like, yes.
Yeah.
And I've studied even the people that are above me that are like celebrity locticians. I studied them.
Yeah.
Like I studied them and I tried to figure out a way. How can I get to that level? Like people say I'm good or I'm cold or all that. In my mind, I ain't.
Yeah.
I'm my worst self. I'm my own worst enemy.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, I ain't gonna be that good till I'm at celebrity status. So once I'm at celebrity status, then I can relax and be like, all right.
And I will say this, Lionel do see you as a celebrity.
He do.
He be like, man, I try to tell all the time we done move to Atlanta and get that money out there. Like, Lionel do see you as a
He
celebrity.
do. And I'd be like, because, I post a picture and it's like all these likes, comments. He'll post something, he'll get like 2 comments, like 5 likes. And that's it. And I'd be like, it's only because most of the people that's on my Facebook are my high school people that I went to high school with. So that's why when I'm in my business page on Instagram, I made sure not to add anybody I went to high school with because I wanted to see my growth without them.
Yeah.
And it's dope. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's dope. I got myself here. You know, nobody tells me, get up. Get up and do this. Or, when you have a job, shit, my boss said I got to come in. Or my boss said I got to work this long hours. No, I get up and I do this on my own. I motivate myself. I'm my own motivation. My daughter is my motivation. My family is my motivation. So it takes a lot to run a business on your own because you have to be your own cheerleader. I mean, your family and stuff is in your corner. Like, we proud of you. But you're your own cheerleader.
Yeah, they're not going to get you up in the morning. You got to get yourself. Yeah. Because I know just a few weeks back, I did a podcast. Well, I skipped a week or whatever. And then Dante got in my motherfucking ass. He's like, but I skipped a week because, one, I was tired. And then my other dude didn't show. And so he was just like, hey, you can't be tired. I was like, well, I had homework and I had work. He was like, if you want this to go, you got to put into this. He's like, so you skipped the week and you shouldn't have skipped the week. He's like, even if you got to give it like a short podcast, you got to put something out. And I was like, bro, you right. Like, and then with, I think the next week I did it with Dante because I was like, hey, bro, like, you mind coming through so I don't have to skip a week.
Right.
And then even with that, like you see, like it was Jones the first couple weeks. And then Dante got 2 episodes. Then Lionel got 2 episodes. It's like I'm like you just said.
You've been on it.
I got to keep putting it out. But I asked you the question about how long it took because I find myself oftentimes like I don't want to say getting angry, but
you get impatient.
Get impatient. Like even though I just started this motherfucker, and like I get like, hey, I just started it. Like I ain't shit, and that's cool. I think the thing that makes me more upset is that I'm not charging anybody for anything. Right. So this is like everything, like the lights, the pictures, the blogs, but I'm about to put some more shit up. Like everything come out of my pocket. Like I'm asking for a listen. You know what I'm saying? And so when I be talking to people, they be like, "Oh yeah, I listen. Oh yeah, I did this. Oh that was dope." And this, but at the same time, it's like you nigga. The thing that upsets me most is like I get my own analytics back.
Right.
So you 20 people saying you listen, I go check the analytics, and it's 7 listens. Right. And I listen to it afterwards, like after a couple of days go by, because I like to hear where I need to get better at.
Right.
And so I'm like, some of you niggas is lying, bro. Right. And I think that's the most frustrated thing for me.
Right.
Like, especially when I just started this.
I think, see, and that's the thing. You're just starting. So what you're doing is you're building your muscle. And so as time go on and, your podcasts do become more interesting and popular and everybody want to listen, that's when the money come in.
Yeah.
Because then you're going to get it to where people are going to want to sponsor you.
Yeah.
Like, even if, like, okay, say I had a product. Like, say I had, like, a hair product or whatever. And I want you to talk about my product. But I'm going to pay you to talk about my product. That's how it works.
Yeah.
So, even sorry, even me being here now, I'm still talking about my product.
Yeah.
And in a sense, that's promotion for me, but it's promotion for you, you know. But you're letting people in on your world in a sense, just a little piece, and that's all they want.
Yeah,
they want a little piece of you.
Yeah, and see, I, with me, like I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna support the people I'm around. Like with Dante, he got his own little business or whatever. I'd be like, hey, let me get this.
Right.
I'm gonna pay you. Like, don't he? And like the first time he was like, hey, I'm gonna give you this, and I'm gonna get this for free. I was like, nigga, don't give me shit for free. Like, let me pay for it because nigga, I done known you how long?
Right.
You a black business? Nah, nigga, make me pay full price. Or with my homie Moss, I bought his beard oil. Ever since, leave it right there on the motherfucking table. If you watch the video, you see the beard oil. Sometimes I forget to stand that bitch up, but throughout time, like one thing that's always gonna be on this table is his beard oil.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When with you been here, first thing I ask you, hair.
Right.
Because that's what you do. You dope at your shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just think like, I don't know, for me to just get frustrated is like, because I'm always, I want to say, like, not put my people on, but I'm always make sure like black people, I'm going to try to rock, like the little amount I'm going to do, I can do, I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying?
So question, do you ever see yourself like taking the podcast from just in one place to going, out? You know what I'm saying? You know how people would go out and they would like ask like random strangers questions and shit.
See, I don't think so. Like, no.
And like say you had another partner with you, like vlogging it or whatever the case may be while you're out.
See, I think the as much out that I would do would probably be like me and my wife, we're going to North Carolina this year, like later on in the year. And there's another dude, y'all go check out King Cass. He got a podcast as well. And I was like, out would be taking my stuff to him and we shooting. Because I don't think his is visual, his is just the audio. I was like, I'll go do some shit with him or whatever. But that's about it.
So how do you see yourself like elevating your podcast? Like how do you plan on elevating it?
Well, right now, like, so my plan for right now is like, got to get a better camera. Right. Even an iPhone camera, it's dope as shit.
Right.
But at some point in time, I want to have a main camera, and then I want to have a camera for like if you were speaking or whatever, it just shift on you like different angles and shit like that. And then after I get my sound right, my room right, and then I plan on like doing more of the promotional stuff. Like,
let me tell you how I started.
Huh?
My dad had this computer chair that was terrible. Had to stand on the back, like on the back of the seat, and people would just come and sit in my living room. I didn't have damn near none of the products that I use now. Yeah. I used to use some terrible products. Sorry, but I did. I didn't like those products, but it was trial and error. Yeah. I started in a rinky-dink ass computer chair that my clients had to sit in. That was terrible, and I just I just kind of invested in myself. I invested in myself. I invested in my business as well. Even now, still, I'm not where I want to be. Yeah. Because I want my own shop. But, I'm still right now doing it in my living room because it's attached, but whatever. If you see my house, you know why. But I started out really small. I started out really small, just practicing on people here and there, maybe charging them $40 for a retwist, and that's a job, right? And I had to elevate myself because I was elevating. So my craft was elevating. My skills were elevating, so I had to elevate. So you gotta start somewhere, and even you starting like this is perfect because, like I said, you're building your muscle. Yeah. And trial and error. Yeah. So as you grow, so are your skills, your topics, and everything, your equipment, everything around you is gonna elevate with you. Yeah. Especially if you invest in it. Yeah. So
and that's one of the things, like when I listened to the first podcast that I put out, like the sound was shit. That sound was terrible. And it's all the stuff that I got right now. It's just I've been playing with the computer more. That sound was terrible. And then I'm also listening to myself not using like this, like. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I sound like a valley girl.
How many times did you say like?
Man, it was terrible. How many times did I stumble over words? And it's like, you can edit all that out. You ain't got to put that directly. If you say like 15 times, edit it out, bro. And it was just so raw and choppy. But I do feel like I'm getting better.
Yeah.
But
I
like
listened,
you said, it's gonna take time.
to the podcast that you did with Lionel. I actually didn't know that you were doing a podcast until Lionel actually told me. Mm-hmm. You know what? I know you are my friend on Facebook. Mm-hmm. You know what? I got so many friends on Facebook that a lot of people's stuff don't come through on my timeline.
Yeah.
So I think maybe if I follow you, it will. Mm-hmm. But when I did listen to I listened to the podcast. I thought it was dope.
I appreciate it.
I did. I thought it was dope. I listened to the first one. It was a full hour. I listened to it until Red, Lionel, whatever, started interrupting me and wanting to talk. Like, hold on, stop, I'm listening. Yeah. Like. I say like, but I think you're dope, and I think you're doing something amazing. Even having me on here to tell. Have people come along with me through my journey of my whole procedure. I appreciate all of that, and I just think you're gonna go places.
I appreciate it. Oh, she gonna make the tearworks come because I am actually a very emotional person.
Are you really?
Hell yes.
Damn, so you didn't get that.
I'm a very emotional person.
Yeah. But so you're gonna grow.
I appreciate it, but now. After your surgery, you're going to have to come back. How long you going to be down for?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. You're going to have to come back.
But you're not going to be able to hear the full results until 6 weeks.
Okay, so
about a month and a half.
About a month and a half, you're going to see Siesha back. Yeah. Also, you're going to have to convince Lionel. Like, if like I said this in the last podcast, if everything went the way I wanted it, like this podcast is right now, I got an hour and something. No sports. Like I would say, you and Lionel are great conversationalists.
Really?
Like, y'all actually dope as shit. That's why I was like, hey, bro, I know being a father is number one priority.
Right.
Period.
Right.
Nigga, pay your bills, make sure happy wife, happy life. Like, but I think that would be dope.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever had people? Well, I ain't trying to step on nobody's toes, but have you ever had anybody come on your podcast and they just didn't know what to say, or they was?
Not really. I think so. I started out with Jones. It was a bit but it was the first podcast, so it was slower. I didn't have everything ready. Still don't got everything ready. That's one of my number one things. But he was cool. Like we got a lot. Like that first episode that we put out, the people who listened to it, they were like, "Hey, y'all got a good back and forth." He from right outside Houston. And so you can hear his dialogue, the shit he say. Like he was like, "Come on now!" Like every time he agreed with something. So that was a lot. He was like, hey, bro, he got his own catchphrase already, or whatever. And then we added different segments, the sports segments, and I was able to pull what he said or whatever and make different segments out of it, or whatever. And then when Dante came, he a whole different energy. Dante more cool. Laid back.
Right.
I am a professional, so I'm going to act like a professional on here, and I'm not going to say anything that a professional wouldn't say. But it still worked because we've been friends since 8th grade.
Right.
So I know how to I know nigga, you're a professional, but I'm gonna hit you right here, and you're gonna say some shit you're not supposed to say.
All right.
And then with Lionel, it was different because no sports, and it was just so fucking smooth. It was the same way with Dante, but Lionel he like, nigga, fuck being PC. I'm gonna give it to you we ain't we chilling, ain't no audience, it ain't gonna go out.
Yeah.
And that was dope. With the last one, we talked about games. I'm a gamer, but I ain't even a gamer like that. And that nigga was just beep, 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 and we fed off each other. So that was cool as shit. The episode was so long, I had to put it in half. I didn't know why it wasn't uploading.
Wow.
I was like, why won't it upload?
Well, see, it's good that you make people comfortable enough to where it feel like you just sitting there talking to your friend, having a conversation, and you don't even realize a whole hour and 15 minutes just passed by.
Touche.
So it's that's good. You don't want nobody to be sitting in this chair or opposite of you and damn, this shit gonna be over.
Because I know when like I said, this week was so slow and like shit to talk about. And so coming into this, I was like, man, what are we gonna talk about? And then I thought about it, I was just like, bro, this is Siesha. Like at the very like we ain't got our first time 1-on-1. I was like, but then like she deal with Lionel.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like Lionel not gonna be with someone who's not fun.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, it's gonna work because she gonna be dope as hell.
Right. Lionel was like, are you nervous? No. For what? It's Kirk.
Yeah,
like every time he say something, I'd be like, it's Kirk. It's Kirk. Like
it's
Kirk
simple.
don't count. He count, but he don't count.
But nah, like this has been dope. Like I was really worried about having a girl on.
Really? Oh, you've never had a female?
I've never had. So you the first.
I'm kind of. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, if you know me, I'm kind of one of y'all still. So it's like, you still getting. I mean, you still gonna get the woman perspective of me, but I am kind of a guy. I'm tomboyish. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
So yeah.
But no, like I appreciate you coming through. I'm gonna shout out Lionel. Shout out this great mother that's over here.
Yeah, and it was good to be on here. I enjoyed myself. I felt good to just get, some of my, frustrations, my nervous energy out because of the procedure. So it's kind of good to, let that out. So it's good.
Well, I wish you well.
I wish me well.
It's gonna go great.
It is.
And I wonder what you're gonna sound like.
You, me. Look, we gonna find out in like a month and a half.
Right. But that's been episode 8 of High Key. Man, y'all be easy out here. And
bye.
Support Siesha.
Yes, support me. Locked in Love on IG. So, yeah.